More than 17,000 cases worldwide and at least 360 deaths. The coronavirus continues to spread, with many fearing the peak is yet to arrive. But the situation so far has been enough to prompt some countries into evacuating their citizens from China. Among them, South Korea, Japan, the United Kingdom, France, Germany, India, and the United States. Many others are planning evacuations. At least one that isn't is Pakistan. The government says this is in the, quote, larger interests of the region. Cold comfort, particularly for the Pakistani students stuck in and around Wuhan. Some 800 of them, according to the Pakistani embassy in China. There have been growing calls in Pakistan itself for the government to bring these students back. Many have been sending social media and video messages asking to be evacuated. Here is a message from some in the city of Jingzhou, an hour's drive from Wuhan.
More than 300 Pakistanis are here with us. We're appealing to the Pakistani government through the Sarem Berni Trust to please get us out of here as soon as possible. Because we're under mental torture and can't stay here long. Please, please, please rescue us from here.
Similar pleas are being made by other students in China as well, such as this one demanding that the Pakistani government step in and help evacuate these students. Others are criticizing the Pakistani government for leaving them in the lurch. For the first time in our life, we're embarrassed to say we are from Pakistan. The refrain there. The Pakistan government has responded to these pleas. Here's what it had to say.
Some people may perhaps ask this question because many things have appeared on videos, on social media, in which people are asking for evacuation. I can show you similar messages to us from Wuhan, in which students have written to us that we are being looked after very well. We are being provided with everything. And the Chinese government is doing so much for us in this regard. It is our thinking that it would be better for our loved ones, those who are in China, and in the larger interests of the region, our country, and the world, not to evacuate them at the moment.
But since Monday, regular commercial flights with Pakistani students on board have started arriving in Pakistan. For more on the situation in China, I'm joined by Pakistani student Hasnain Chishti from Xianing, just south of Wuhan. Hasnain, thanks for joining us. I'd like to first start by asking where you are right now and what is your situation there?
Yeah, I'm Hasnain Chishti from Xianing. Xianing is just for 40 minutes drive from main epicenter of Wuhan. So we are in very bad condition. We are trapped in our rooms, and no one from our government is taking responsibility and taking care for us. And in my city, more than 600 cases are confirmed, and more than 1,000 cases are to be suspected. So there is no transportation. Our city is totally locked down. No trains, no airports. We are just trapped in our rooms, and no one is here to help us.
But despite that, now commercial flights from China have begun landing in Pakistan. Do you think that now you will be able to leave for Pakistan?
No, that statement from our health minister is totally wrong, because just now I have talked to Pakistan embassy that can we leave Xianing, leave China, but their response was that you can't leave Hubei province because Hubei province is totally locked down. There's no transportation, no trains, no flights. How can we leave? We leave from here. We are just trapped here, and even our university gates are closed. We can't leave. Even can't leave our city. Even can't leave our university. And university is asking us to get permission from government, and government is asking you can't leave from China because you are in epicenter and our blame is that just we are trapped in epicenter and we can't escape from here. Yeah.
Hasnain Chishti, thank you very much for speaking to us. And monitoring the situation is Shazib Jalani from DW Asia. He joins me on the line now. Shazib, you heard Hasnain there, clearly unsatisfied with the response from the Pakistani government. What really is the real reason that Pakistan doesn't want to evacuate its citizens from China?
Well, as we were just hearing earlier on, the official stance is that Pakistan does not want the disease to spread. It is acting under the WHO guidelines, and the Chinese have assured them that we will take care of the situation. But the real reason we all know is the special relationship between China and Pakistan. This situation is a real test for the Chinese leadership on how it deals with this crisis. It wants Pakistan to play ball, and Pakistan is saying we trust the Chinese. Our people will be better taken care of there than in Pakistan, because frankly, Pakistan's health system is in complete shambles, and there's a fear if people start arriving, then Pakistanis will not be able to contain it.
What has the response been in Pakistan itself, Shazib, to the government's unwillingness to actually evacuate its citizens?
The government has been deeply criticized. Editorials have been written. Commentators on social media have questioned that, how can you leave your people in this situation? We were just hearing from Hasnain Chishti, helpless and stranded. But Pakistan is saying we have to look at a bigger picture. Now, imagine if your brother or your son was stranded there. Will you pay attention to the government's official point of view? Not really. So many families are perturbed, and they are asking the government to have a rethink.
I think we also need to point out here, Shazib, that commercial flights, these are regular commercial flights, have begun landing in Pakistan from China, some by way of Doha. And it would appear, at least from the tweets of the special advisor to the Pakistan Prime Minister on Health, that appears to be something the Pakistan government is publicizing and saying that, look, Pakistani students are coming home. Is that really what the Pakistan government is trying to do?
Yeah, I mean, earlier on Monday, when these flights arrived, the government minister was there, the Chinese ambassador was there, and later both of them addressed a news conference, and the Chinese ambassador really appreciated Pakistan's standing shoulder to shoulder with China. So the two governments are clearly trying to put a united stance, a united front. They are saying we are in this together, and they are appreciating each other. Meanwhile, these students are stranded, and their families are deeply worried in Pakistan.
What precautions is Pakistan taking to prevent the spread of the virus?
Well, the Gilgit-Baltistan government, which is the northern region which borders China, it was scheduled to reopen last week. The government has decided to now keep it closed until April. So they want to restrict people coming in and going out. This is the gateway for the CPEC project, China-Pakistan corridor, which the two countries have spent billions in. So the government is saying we are taking those kind of precautions. They've also alerted health facilities and doctors.
Right.
But clearly, if China and other countries can't deal with this, then Pakistan has to be worried about how to tackle this problem.
Shazib Jalani, thank you very much for that.